It is now 4:08. We have appeal number 426, and the property address we are looking at is 320 Ward Terrace. And can you state your name for the record?
Thomas McGinty.
Great, thank you so much. And you are the owner of this property?
Yes, my wife.
Great, thank you so much. The town has your property appraised at $692,800, and you're asking the town to reduce the property appraisal to $400,000. Is that correct?
No, nobody gave me 400. I was given 484.
Okay, so we have to change it to 484?
That's what they gave me on the assessment paperwork, 484.
No, what you're requesting.
Oh, I'm saying, I also wrote on there, I put 400, but I said I have no idea what it could be. I just threw a number down. I said that.
Okay. Yeah, because I see on the application you put 40,000 here.
Yeah, but it said, and that's why I wrote in here about
your opinion.
I don't know how to figure that stuff out.
Okay, no worries. All right, great. And so then, do you solemnly, or then if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If you can sign here. Great. Thank you so much. I'll just fill this out really quick. All right, great. So what do we have going on here?
The reason why I questioned it was because
yeah.
I'm always interested in how to do these things.
Yeah.
And I questioned where they get that number.
Yeah.
And they told me they got it from a sale of the house on J Circle.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that?
So what happens with all appraisals, we just go off of sales values during a very specific time.
Because J Circle is a dead end. All
right.
Residential buildings all around there. I am all around, and it's going to get worse. I am all around the 3 and 4 story buildings they're doing for affordable housing and all that.
Yep.
And I showed them this on this map the last time, and it's going to get worse where I am. I mean, I came to Fairfield because it was a town, but it's turning out to be where I lived before, 40 years ago. To see, because this is me. I'm here. Parish Court is B. Where did we go? I'm looking at it backwards. B. That's affordable housing and senior housing. C is Pine Tree Lane, which is the same thing, affordable and senior.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to D. Over here, this monstrosity was just built. 3 big buildings. 3 stories.
Mm-hmm.
It took away a lot of the ground absorption for water, so I'm getting flooded a lot now over here. E, it's all in my area. E is another one they just got through building. That's 3 big long buildings over here. F, that's another one with 3 big buildings they just built. All of this is coming in my area.
Mm-hmm.
This one here, G, the guy who built this one, and this one, bought the property next to this guy. I'm right here. This is all going to come up to where I am because he's going to build there.
Mm-hmm.
And what really got me a little upset too was H, this is a park.
Yep.
I'm here, this is a park. It's already been brought up by some RTM members. They wanted to put down the address. I looked up the address. 220 Ward Terrace is Drew Park. They want to make that into affordable housing.
Okay.
So my whole area is like this, where the one that they said they compared my house to is nowhere near anything like this.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how they come up and compare mine to that one. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, who ended up telling you that it's based off that one sales price?
The Tyler or whoever it was that was here.
Off one sales price?
That's what they told me. They told me. I asked them where, because I know the house that was sold because I got friends on that street, and I know the woman that sold her house.
Yeah, so, because what happens with the assessment, so everyone has, like, their own, like, neighborhood code. So So like everyone in the neighborhood has a specific code to this. So like your neighborhood 85, right? Hold on, let me show you this a little bit better. So your neighborhood code is 85. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just the neighborhood that you're in. It's the adjustment. So they take the amount of land that you have, multiplied it by the adjustment, and that ends up being the land value, right? Which is the majority of the taxes. Or I shouldn't say taxes, the assessment.
So none of this, all this stuff going up all around my house means nothing.
It's not just specifically your house. Like if I look at, like we'll look at, I don't know, 175. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Okay. So if I looked at 320 Ward Terrace, right?
Yeah.
Same neighborhood code and with the same adjustment, right?
That's my house.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 320, my bad. If I'm looking at, name another one near you.
Near me?
Yeah, 175 Ward. Is that right address? 175? Is that the right number, 175?
I don't know, who's that?
I'm looking off of your list.
Yeah, that's Parish Court. Well, it's really, I'm sorry, 175 and 220. That's the thing for this whole Parish Court. There's the ones on both sides. It runs from my road to
Oh, so that's a commercial building, not a.
No, it's where is it? Right, I can't even see my address. Oh, here. This is 175. It runs from my road to Ward, and it's all these cluster houses of senior and affordable housing.
So your house is a single-family standalone house, right? It's not a condo, right?
Right.
And is that a condo or apartment?
These are, what would you call them, apartments, I guess? There's 100 units in here.
Okay.
There's 100 units altogether.
So all the comparables that you're mentioning are all apartments?
No, the ones I'm mentioning are all what they're building all around
Just
my
for
area.
the
In other words,
affordable housing units.
right, and when I moved here, it was all neighborhoods. Now they're changing. They're turning into basically almost like a city, the way they're building all these things all around it.
Mm-hmm.
This one hasn't been built yet. That's the same guy that built, that's the same owner that did Canfield, Beacon Square, Bloomfield Drive, and Canfield Drive. He's the same one that did all of those, and now he's going to do this one once the thing is lifted. He's got this one on his, he already bought it.
Okay.
Bought it. So he'll be taking down that house and building another who knows how many units here.
Okay.
And all of this floods my area because they took away all the drainage.
Right. So do you have like comparable sales to your house that we can look at to find the market value that closely resembles your house? Because I hear you on saying like, yeah, all the affordable housing construction units are near you, and that as frustrating as it is, like we can't control that, right? That's what's happening. But so as far as your assessed value goes, to make the claim of like dropping it, so what we're trying to do is gauge a market value for your house, right?
I didn't know about looking for a house like mine. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Something I didn't do. I didn't even think about doing it. I just wanted to see why I could be even with that when they have nothing like this all around them.
Yeah, and I mean basically the appraised values come in because of sales prices in a given time in areas, and that's how we come up with all of the values. It's like sales prices in that. that realm. But I mean, I can certainly present your case to the board and see what we vote on.
It's because it's just that it's frustrating to me that I could be compared to something that's nowhere near me. J Circle is a few miles away.
Mm-hmm.
It's all residential. It's a dead end. The site, the Shelter Rock goes off it. That's all residential.
Yeah.
Wood, all of that, and none of this stuff is anywhere around them.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, I was even saying to my wife, we might as well move back to New York where we came from, because 30 years ago when we came here, this was a neighborhood.
Right.
All,
houses,
single homes and everything. Now everything is coming in my area.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, because especially even these two are going to be like one big huge community, I'm sure.
Well, these two here, I mean, in fact, one thing I was a little disappointed with when we moved here was that they didn't have it at the time, and nobody told us that they were going to be building the lights and the speaker system on the football field. So
right.
at night, you can't hear the TV with that on. But like, I don't know if you can see it here. This is that one that's over here.
Yeah.
Off of my deck. When they build this other one, all these trees are going. All of this is going here.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's going to go. All in here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then if they do a Drew Park, I can't see how they could even mention doing Drew Park.
Yeah.
That'll be all going.
Yeah.
It's just getting more and more saying that, we got to get out of here because we can't, it's no longer a neighborhood. Fairfield's becoming more of a city now.
Yeah.
With everything they're doing.
Yeah.
It's very, let's just say upsetting. Especially now, because I figure I spend the rest of my life here. I'm going to be 75 next month, and I don't think I can keep doing it because of the traffic, everything that's going on around this area now.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot.
And nobody does that. It's just hearing more and more about it.
Right.
Anyway, this is what I met with the guy the last time, and he just sent me the thing back with saying no change in the assessment. So I said, I might as well see what somebody else has to say. But that's why I did it.
Yeah, no, of course. Anything else you want me to submit to the board for consideration?
I guess not.
Yeah.
If I had known about trying to find a house comparable to mine, I would have tried to find, but I don't.
They're all different, and it's hard to like in your exact neighborhood. I get that. But yeah, so what I'll do moving forward, so next steps is I'll present your petition to the majority of the board for deliberation session for consideration and vote. They'll be notified by mail of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision.
Okay.
If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years. If you don't agree with our decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your...
No, like I said, my interest was how they did it.
Yeah.
Was based on all of this in my area. How can you compare me to an area that has none of that? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they just take basically it's all the sales chart prices, and they put neighborhood codes, neighborhood adjustments. The thing about Fairfield, it's no longer really about the actual house itself, as you probably see. It's like all land value, because like your house itself is actually, appraised at $68,200, and then the land is at $623.
I mean, the guy that built all of these. Oh yeah. He owns. He owns one of those restaurants.
Yeah.
The guy that built all of these has already offered. He's already offered 2 people on my road. I forgot about that. He's already offered 2 people on my road to buy their property.
Yeah.
And that would mean that. Yeah. He's already asked.
Bye. Enjoy your swim tomorrow.
He's already asked the people over here, which is like got 2 building lots, and down here at the corner about private to buy theirs. And if he buys them, he says, "Boom, it's gone." You got no say in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the only reason I did that.
Yeah. No, I know. It's definitely weird, and I know where you are too. It's an interesting area with the developing over there.
I'm doing well, how are you?
I guess that's about it. What do you want this stuff?
If you, I mean, include whatever. I mean, I know you gave me already, or was already in here.
Oh, that's from before, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's right here.
All right, then this here is the only thing that's updated with this stuff.
Oh, okay. I can knock that one. All right, Tom. Thomas or Tom?
Tom.
All right.
And I'll call a lot of stuff, so. A lot of things, so.
Yeah. Hopefully good things. Yeah, no, of course. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Presenting your case.
Thanks for listening.
Of course.
It doesn't do anything, don't mind, but I always have to try anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we have appeal number 446. The time is now 5:01, and we're looking at property 21. How do you pronounce that? Ricosi Ave. And your name for the record?
Sam Eccleston.
Great, thank you so much. And you're the owner of this property?
Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. And the town currently has your property appraised at $688,600, and you're asking the town to reduce the appraised value to $545,000. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Great, thanks. If you can raise your right hand for me.
Yeah.
I solemnly swear that do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give today concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign this top line for me. Okay. All right, brilliant. And what do we have going on today?
Okay, so I think how they got that price is they do it as Ricosi, but it's really on BlackRock.
Okay.
If you look, this is BlackRock. And
Yeah.
That's the house. So it's on BlackRock, and
Is it a corner?
it's on a corner, yeah. But it's
Okay.
so I don't think they're factoring that in because it's always a problem renting it, and you
Who's
can't.
BlackRock?
It's a turnpike, it's a lot of cars. It's always busy. There's lights right there. It's like green and red light at night. The green and red light goes right in the window. They complain about that. And then in June, I had a woman who was drunk. She drove through here and crashed into the garage and almost hit the cars. That's the second or third time that's happened.
Sheesh. Yeah.
It went right through there and crashed through the bushes and just missed the tenant's car, thank God.
Yeah.
And the people. And she wasn't hurt.
Do you have a property on BlackRock that's like your neighbor, like an address I can just pull up?
A property? Oh,
yeah.
Comp?
Well, I mean, I just want to see like the neighborhood code, the adjustment for like the differences between the two. If we have one.
I'm not.
Like your neighbor.
The address, though?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that in a second. Do you work for the town?
So all of us board members were like all volunteers. We get elected
okay.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're not the assessors. We're not the.
You're volunteer?
company. Yeah.
Wow. Thank
Of course. Yeah, I served on the board before.
Okay, so I think 1085 Black Rock Turnpike
Okay.
is one of them.
I'm just curious to see the difference. So to kind of give you an idea. Oh.
1023 Black Rock Turnpike.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. And then do you have one on Rakosi?
Number?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1023.
We're in like 36, I think is the next one for me.
28. Rakosi. Oh, no, wait, no, that's also on the corner.
Yeah. Maybe 36.
57.
57? Okay. Okay, yeah, so that might be different. So I'll give you an idea. So this is your field card. So with your property, so I just wanted to point out, like, so this, I'm looking at the land. So the neighborhood would be your code of 80, and then, which doesn't mean anything. It's just the number for that assigned neighborhood. The biggest thing is the adjustment. So we take it by 1.6. We basically multiply that by the square footage of the land, and that's how we come up with that land value, right? So I wanted to look at the other property. So we looked at the 1085 Black Rock. Same thing. It's the same adjustment code of 1.6, same neighborhood code. But then that's a condo. So, I mean, that's not, you're not going to look at value there for land. And same thing here. It's still the same neighborhood 80, a neighborhood adjustment code 1.6. Now we looked at Rakosi.
That's a Bailey Road, though.
Same neighborhood, same adjustment number, just to kind of give you an idea. So like even if it was on, if your address literally said Black Rock, it would have been the same
that one's
factor.
59. But it's 59, and that's on Rakosi, and then this one is on Black Rock, and it's still the same.
Right. What they basically do, they just take the Tyler company, the Vision company that they all use for almost everywhere, but they take all the sales prices in the area, and that's how they come up with the new assessments.
Right. So can you put that on there? If they're all priced the same, you really should price something different that's right at an intersection that has...
I mean, we can make that as a case. I mean, I can bring that up to the board that you're on a corner lot with, like, I remember you said, like, the house is older, too, on the application you put in, and the two-car driveway, or the accident. So, but the biggest thing we want to kind of like look at is like market value of the house, because that's what the assessed value that we're like contesting is. So like, do you have like comparable sales and like the time frame or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So so like 67 Ricosi sold, this past year for 550. And the lot was bigger than mine. So, I mean, like when I bought mine, I was pretty much just buying a lot. It's an older house. I haven't done, I've kept it in working order, but haven't done any improvements, So
what are some of the similarities?
that was, I believe it's a bigger lot when I was looking at it. It sold for 550. Because I don't think what they had it at, if I put mine for sale, there's no way I would get that. I think, when I look at it and see, you're right on Black Rock Turnpike, it's different than being on a quiet street.
Yeah, no, I get that.
There's no way you can, when the realtor puts it on, they put quiet street, they don't put, it's on Turnpike.
Right.
It's different. So I think that, but that, that what they assessed it at was 680, right? And that is assessed at what percent of?
So the 70. So I mean, the appraised value for 67 was 774, 773.8, and the sale price was 550.
Yeah. So. So if it's 70% of 680, so that's like 800. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I think mid fives at the most.
Uh-huh.
And that wasn't too long ago. October 17th. That was.
Yeah. What else do you want me to submit to the board for consideration?
Well, 1335 Black Rock sold for 447.
That's on 12 to 25. What are some of the similarities or differences this one?
Let me just get the right page. So I've done a couple of these appeals, and it was always like 3 or 4 people, I think.
I mean, we have like 900 appeals, so usually what happens is like one board member hears the appellant, and then we present it as board.
Yeah.
But I've been on the board before.
Okay. So, yeah, that.
You may have come not on a reevaluation year, where it's like quieter.
Yeah. I went in and it was a board. It was like.
Are you talking about the informal hearing?
What is this?
This is the board assessment. So like informal hearing is like when you go formal. Informal is like before you get to us.
Yeah, it was formal, but it was like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
And,
it may have been not on a reevaluation year.
Yeah, Black 1335, similar lot, nicer house. And sold for, what I just said before. Sold for 447.
Mm.
So that's pretty close, right down the road. And that's on Black Rock.
Yeah.
But so the main things are just, I think pricing. The price that they would give it, there's no way I could sell it for that. And I think they have to factor in it's not. It says Ricosi, but it's not like in on Ricosi, where it's very quiet. It's loud all night, cars going all night, people running into the house.
Yeah.
And the house, working order, but it's an older house.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like these are, so that would be the things.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anything else? So I have my notes here. Anything else that me submit for the board to consider?
Just those two, and then about that, and about the accident, you know, because that intersection runs right into there and people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
And they can look it up. They can look up the police report.
Yeah.
You know, I got a call in the middle of the night, somebody ran into the house.
Again. Jeez. Wow. Anyway, so moving forward, I'll present your petition to the majority of the board for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If your appeal is approved, you can't appear again until the next reevaluation in 4 years. And if you don't agree with the board's decision, you can.
If it is approved.
If it is approved.
If it's not approved.
You can come again.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with our decision, you can always take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. Of course. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so there's, we just are going through like 800, 900 appeals that we did, and then we all just deliberate afterwards.
Yeah.
Not after each day, but just after we pay all the appellants.
Okay. Yeah, it's expensive, you know, I don't want to raise the rent, you know.
So we have appeal number 466. The current time is 5:24. This is for property at 34 Charter Oak Road. And can you state your name for the record?
Sean Curtis.
Great, thank you so much. And you're the owner of the property?
That's correct.
Great, thank you so much. Now the the town has your property appraised at $1,295,600.
Yes.
And you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $1,100,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear that the assessment in question that you should give, non-question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. This top line.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, brilliant. What do we have going on here?
All right. So, really, I think there's three main points I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
One was sales comparable data.
Okay.
Immediate comparable homes. So I'll talk about my street specifically.
Yep.
And then I did have a conversation with Tyler Technologies, and they
Okay.
believe there might be a field card issue as well that I also wanted to discuss.
Okay.
But maybe to start with the sales comparables data. So my home is 2,400 square feet today.
Yep.
Fair market value is 1.3, assessed is 906. So looking at the town website, talking to Tyler Technologies, it sounds like the key components of that methodology is the home age, build quality, improvements, the neighborhood code or like neighborhood of which it's associated with, property characteristics such as is it on a cul-de-sac, busy road, home and lot size, and then sales data as close to October 2025 as possible. So looking at all that information, looking at the sales data on the town's website, for homes sized between 2,300 square feet and 2,500 square feet, so my home kind of being right in the middle, I found 4 homes that meet what sounds like all of this different criteria. And based on the assessed values
Yep.
of those 4 homes that were sold, our house is about $155,000 over assessed compared to that particular sales data.
From the sales price or the assessed price?
From the assessed price.
Got it.
If
Okay.
you look at the sales price, the average sales price of those 4 homes was $1.07 million compared to the fair market value of my house, which
Okay.
is $1.3 million.
Okay.
So I think from both an assessed and then from a sales standpoint as well.
Okay.
one of the houses in that comp set is 160 Hunter Road, which I think is like a near perfect comp for our house. So this house sold on November 3rd, 2025, so pretty close to the October date. It was built in 1970 compared to my home, which is 1976. This house is 2,300 square feet. My house is 2,400 square feet. This house is on a cul-de-sac. It has a pool, which is probably the primary improvement that we've made to our house. I actually walk by this house just about every day because it's on our path to Riverfield where I drop my kids off, where this house is near.
Yeah.
So this house sold in November, for $1.17 million, again, compared to my $1.3 million. This house is also currently assessed at $730,000 compared to my $906,000. So using this single house, which I think is a really good comp, there's a $176,000 disparity between that home and mine. And then if I extend that sales comparable analysis out to a broader range of homes by square feet, so now if we look at homes 2,200 square feet to 2,700 square feet, again, my house being 2,400, the average sales price is $1.22 million compared to my 1.3. And then the average assessment overage for those homes as well, my home is about $80,000 over assessed compared to those same sales data house on an average basis. On a median basis, it's actually about $140,000, but we can stick with averages if that's the more appropriate route.
Yeah, so one thing to bring up with Hunter Road, they have 0.22 acres compared to your 0.5.
Okay.
So, difference in, like, land value. Pretty significant. So, I mean, if you think about it, like, Tyler's right, like, in saying, like, all that is correct in the assessment. But if you keep in mind, this is your field card.
Yep.
So the land is currently valued at $812,000, whereas the actual house itself is $453,000.
This is for mine, okay.
This is yours. And this is like any outbuildings. I don't know whether that might be the pool or whatever, for $29,700. So your total assessed value, appraised value, I should say, 1.3, right?
Okay.
Just round. So this land value is what's really driving a lot of that cost, right? So if you look at 160 with the comparable house, to your point, I mean, the square footage is very similar, both cul-de-sac. I think that's a great point to make. Just the amount of land is just different.
So if we go back up to
yours,
the dwelling.
Yeah.
359. What was the dwelling for
yours?
Yes.
453.
So still, I guess, close to like a $100,000 difference in like the home, leaving the land value aside. So I understand the land, right? In my house, the land assessment should be valued higher, but I guess for a $100,000 difference on the dwelling itself, seems like that doesn't quite square with me.
Okay. I just wanted to point that out. For going to like comparable sales.
Yeah, and a lot of like the stuff that we shared in our Excel value, we were like specifically trying to the improvement values versus the land values, because I think that's where we were finding the largest discrepancy.
Okay. But anyway, go ahead. My apologies for interrupting.
No, you're fine.
So 160 Hunter.
Yep. And so that was looking at the sales data, and then again, expanding it out to a larger set of homes, which included more than just those four of the 2,200 to 2,700 square feet. For the sales price, and then even looking at the assessed value, we were still seeing overages in homes that were much larger and much smaller than ours as well.
Yeah.
So I think from like a micro and a macro standpoint, I still feel like we're an outlier from a sales comparable standpoint.
Yeah.
Now from a comparable home standpoint, so specifically just looking at the houses on Charter Oak Road, this is where Tyler reduced our assessment. So they took our assessment down by $38,000. They specifically focused on something that was called building percent good, which I think is the depreciation.
Yep.
We were originally at 92. They lowered us to 82. And I believe that's where the primary reassessment came from Tyler. But the average on our street still looks to be about 80% in terms of the different homes. And our understanding is the homes on our street are all comparable age. Construction quality is the same. And then in talking to my neighbors, I believe we all have the same builder. So I would like to be closer to the mean. There's nothing unique and special about our house. So I think being closer to that 80% makes sense. But based on our immediate neighbors, we think we're overassessed by approximately $50,000 just by looking at that data in isolation. Want me to pause there before we move on to the next one? Okay. And then the last one was just what I think might be a field cart error, and it was something that we were talking to Tyler about. But one of the things that we noticed on the field card that I printed out was we added a patio in 2024. It's listing in the building layout section, and then it's also listed in the outbuilding section, and it's attributing value of, I think, $6,900 to our home. Tyler said it looks like that's being double counted, because if we looked at, again, properties on Charter Oak, so 26, 33, 71, 105, 115, they all have patios in their building layout. None of them have patios adding value in that outbuilding section of the field card. And then when asking about, is it the newness of our patio, across the street at 1520 Round Hill Road, they had a patio put in at the same time. And again, on their field card, it's listed in the building layout, but there's no attributed value in the outbuilding section.
Yeah.
But it was never changed post that conversation, so I just don't know why.
Yeah, he has a point, because it shows here and here.
Yes. So he couldn't figure out why were we the only ones with value associated with that compared.
Address for that one, or no?
For which one?
The house you're talking about that just has the patio.
1520 Round Hill Road. And like it's in the permit files, like it's all like publicly documented.
Yeah, so for theirs, they only have it in the interior. There's not an outbuilding. They have it as where it should be.
Yeah.
The sub area.
So yeah, so it's again just another one where it looks like an additional value being assigned to our house, and doesn't seem to be happening for other homes. So those are really the three main points. But I think looking at the sales comparable data, looking at just the home assessed values, where those landed, and then specifically looking at those patio, those are just the three things that I'm struggling to understand. I guess why it feels like our house is just being treated as a bit of an outlier compared to.
Yeah, and so besides 160, did you have another comparable?
So yes, across a lot of
for sale
different dimensions. Yeah. So and if you can have these too, if I didn't share them with you. So the way we cut it out was these are homes that are 2,400 square feet, sales that were 2,300 to 2,500 square feet,
yeah,
and then 2,200 to 27. So we just kind of keep increasing the sizes. So for like the 2,400 square feet houses, looking at the assessed value, we're about $150,000 over. Looks like average sales price is somewhere between $1 million and 1.1. The 2,300 to 2,500 assessed value, we're about $155,000 over. Looking at the sales price, again, these sales prices range from $1 million to 1.17 million, which was that Hunter Road sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2,200 to 2,700 square feet. I mean, there's quite a range of sales prices here. Like the highest one was $1.8 million, but again, that house is 2,700 square feet. Looking at the pictures online, it looks like the entire house was renovated. So, but we chose to keep it in this analysis. And the average for the 2,200 to 2,700 square feet houses is $1.2 million. So we're still about $80,000 over from like an average sale price perspective for that range of houses.
Yeah, and just a few. I mean, there's a few, not many, but like just sale dates back from 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep in mind. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, and even like the 2025 one, right? Like that's the 745. So the data's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could cut it to just the shorter time frames, but I think still looking at like the dwelling value of that Hunter Road one,
Mm-hmm.
us being $100,000 higher, land aside, still feels out of place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else you want to submit to the record for me to present to the rest of the board?
Unless you have any other recommendations for me.
I can't make the case for you, but
Yeah, I mean, again, it was really, I think these were the three main things that we were looking at, and to us, it just felt like we were an outlier in these three capacities, and so just understanding the reason for that would be helpful kind of post this process as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. So next step, I'll present your petition to the majority of the board for deliberation and vote.
Yep.
You'll hear within 7 days of that decision,
Okay.
of when we make that. If you're denied, you can come back again next year.
Mhm.
If you are approved a reduction or granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years.
Oh, okay. Got it.
If you don't agree with the board decision, you can take the next decision and appear in court, and instruction on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter.
Got it.
All right?
All right.
All right, great. So we have appeal number 513. The time is now 5:57. And we're looking at property 66 Sunny Ridge Road. And can you state your name for the record?
Veronica Mendoza.
And you are the property owner?
Mm-hmm.
Great. The property you were appealing is currently appraised at $655,000.
Mm-hmm.
You're requesting that the town reduce the appraised value to $600,000. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give today concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Help you God.
Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. If I can have you sign this top line for me. Thank you. Okay, brilliant. So what do you have going on today?
Yeah, I'm just hoping to bring it down because there's these 2 points that I made on the form. Did you
Yeah.
read them? Did you take a look at them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm wondering, is that enough? I mean, are these 2 reasons, enough to justify lowering the price, the value from 655 to 600? Can I do that based on these? What do you think of these 2 reasons?
So I can't make the case for you,
Oh.
right? So what I would do is I present your case to the board. So the biggest thing about appraised value is market value. So Tyler and the company, they come up and they take care of all the sales prices that happen during that evaluation year, and they assign the value to all the properties, right? So if you have like comparable sales with sales prices during that time period, if you have like a case to make, I mean, because just Fairfield's like pretty unique in a sense where the value really is in the land, right?
Is that unique? I don't know. Other towns don't do it that way, or?
Well, I mean, when you're selling a property here in town, it's not just like at your house, right? It's not just, it's market value.
Mm-hmm. But isn't that true everywhere, or just Fairfield? Or?
I mean, a lot of places are similar with the land value. But I mean, so to give you an example, like your property, this is your field card.
Mm-hmm.
So your appraised value is $583,400 for just the land, where your house itself is really the $61,800.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's mostly the land is the value.
Okay. Well, what do you think of like the fact that there's the neighbor put an additional driveway in the backyard, like so, just kind of it doesn't offer privacy to the backyard. Does that like it's land? I mean, it affects the land in that sense that it doesn't offer privacy in the backyard like it used to.
Yeah.
you know, rather than this, point number one is about sort of the yard kind of thing.
Yeah.
Point number two is about the fact that I haven't, you know, made improvements in the house since I lived there. So out of these two, could I use 1.1 to justify lowering the value because it's not as pleasant?
Like I can't, like,
or,
so I'm not, so we're a board of assessments, so we, as a board, we're all volunteers. So basically we don't work for the assessor's office, we work for the town, right? So we're elected officials, we get voted in. So when we hear all of the appellants and cases, then we vote collectively as a board to decide whether or not we're going to approve this, right? So I can hear you make a case and present that case to the board. I'm not going to say to you, this is going to drop your rate. I mean, it's already made.
So I'm just, what am I here, I'm not really here to convince you then?
You're convinced, so you're making a case of what the market value of your house should be, and you're saying that the market value that we assigned your home is $655 should be reduced down to $600,000.
So that
just
might
hearing your case.
Okay, well, I was kind of using these 2 points. What if I just use point number one, because point number two has to do with the actual house?
I'm
valid?
presenting whatever you want. I can't make the case for you, right? So I'm just going to hear what you want me to present to the board for me to present a vote.
Okay, does that make sense? I would like you to present both point one and, I mean, I guess point two, too, if you can offset. I mean, maybe you can't come down 55,000, but maybe you can come down something. I mean, and then at the end of the day, I don't even know if, you know, if that's even going to make a dent in the tax bill, to be honest. I don't know if 55, you know, I'm really just trying to bring it down 55,000. So I don't even know, in the big scheme of things, if it's really going to, how much it's going to impact my tax savings, really.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, it's the no improvements and then the neighborhood building the neighbor building the driveway to reduce your privacy, right? Yeah, so I'll present those two cases to the board.
Okay.
What are
your thoughts about it?
Again, I can't paint the picture for you, right? I mean, I'll present the case to the board.
Okay.
I can't make the case for you, right?
Okay.
But I can make those cases. I mean, typically we look at like comparable sales and things.
Now, my question is, even if you were to reduce it to 600, let's say, I can still sell it. Let's say it's not really going to impact my, like, when I go to sell it, right? Like, I might still get 655 for it. Even in spite of the fact that I'm asking you to just rate it on 600, right? Like.
Right. I mean, sales.
This is just about taxes. This isn't about.
This is about appraised values, right?
For my taxes, but not.
So taxes and appraised values are different, right? Because your taxes is a completely different department. Now, when we're looking at just appraised value, I mean, your taxes are calculated off of your appraised value, but that's a different thing.
So, like, let's say.
Like, we're not tax collectors.
Okay.
Right.
I don't understand any of this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm trying to kind of learn about it.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, when I go to sell the house, let's say you bring it down to 600 for this exercise here, or the town, whoever does, not you, but the appraiser board or whatever. And I go to sell the house in a year, let's say. I might still collect the 655, right? I could actually, I mean, let's say, it's not really going to impact what I sell it for, right?
It's just your assessment. So, I mean, it's market value, right? I mean, if the seller's selling it, then no, theoretically no.
I mean, if someone's willing to buy it at 655, they're willing to buy it. It's not like I have to say, oh no,
right.
It's only going to be 600.
No, it's a buyer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. For the recorded line, though, is there anything else you wanted to add for consideration for the board to consider?
I mean, I've been unemployed, I don't know, for a while, so I don't know if that helps at all. I have been unemployed, unfortunately, for over 6 months. So.
Yeah, no, very good.
Yeah. If that helps, I don't know. I'm trying to save where I can.
Yeah. So moving forward, I'll present your case to the majority of the Board of Assessment Appeals for deliberation and vote. You'll be notified by mail of our decision when we make that decision within 7 days. Not today. that's when we actually meet up for deliberations, and that's when we decide.
Okay.
If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appear in court will be in your decision letter.
Okay.
All right, great. So I just started the recording.
Sure.
Appeal number 515. The time is now 6:14. The property we're looking at is 348 Lakeview Drive. And can you state your name for the record?
Jennifer Damon.
And you're the owner of the property?
Yep.
Great, thank you so much. The town has your property appraised at $1,222,500, and you're asking the town to reduce your appraised value to $857,200. Is that correct?
Right.
Great, thank you so much. If you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God.
So help me God, yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign. Sign here. Great. Thank you. Great, thank you. All right, what do you have going on today?
The house is still under construction, so it does not have a CO.
Okay.
And you can see that from the field card.
I think you attached something in here too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are all my comps.
For the
Mhm.
land.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So the house is not fully built yet.
Correct. You can see right here, I don't even have front steps on. And they're also taxing me for a 2-story fireplace, $7,100. It's just getting boxed in this week, so there's no fireplace. Central air, just got those delivered, they're in the garage. They haven't been hooked up.
Yeah. All right, perfect. What is the first part you want to look at? Or maybe how to listen to
Yeah,
that part.
I mean, it's just, this whole thing is a farce, because my neighbor, they list her house as having 2 bathrooms. She's a real estate agent. It has 3 full bathrooms. So why wasn't that recorded when she got the CO of putting the addition on? Do you know what I mean? Like,
So, I mean, when they sent out the field card, did she not, or
I
the,
don't know.
okay,
But if she had construction done, a whole top floor put on. So she got a CO, so why wasn't that recorded, that 2 additional bathrooms went upstairs?
yeah, I mean,
In addition to the one that was downstairs.
yeah,
I mean, so it's just, all right, 252 Lakeview Drive, sold in 24, $675,000.
yeah.
And their land was appraised at 344.9, same exact square feet of land that I have.
I show that, so for theirs, they have 0.46. Same adjustment code, same neighborhood.
Right, but their purchase price they purchased it in '24 for $675,000.
Yeah. So, and that was sold on June 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So 2024. Okay.
Yep. And in '24, the land was assessed at $344,900.
So that was outside the evaluation period.
Well, the evaluation period that they are comparing everybody to, because I printed that out, go back to '24.
October. But yeah, it was just slightly outside of it.
Yeah, here's one for March of '24.
So hold on. Just looking at 252 Lakeview, what are some of the so you're saying the land is comparable?
The land is the same size, exactly the same.
Well, it's not. I mean, so we so on yours, this is your field card, right?
Mhm.
So we have your land here as your land units of 20,860, right? Which equals about 0.48.
Oh, and this is 20,000.
So theirs
exactly.
is 20,000 exactly at 0.46.
Right, but it sold in '24.
Yeah, for the comparable
Right.
sale, I make that point, but
Right.
just for the land, it's different. It's not that much different, but just it's not exactly the
Right.
same. Any other comparables or differences you want me to join on that one?
204 Glenridge.
Well, I mean, before
Oh.
I move to that one,
Oh.
what other points do you want me to make on the 252 Lakeview? Besides the
That's
land.
just the
Yeah.
sale in general.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's the next property?
204 Glenridge Road, right around the corner.
Okay.
Sold June of '25 for $600,000.
Yeah. And what is the comparables here making it this one?
Same amount of land.
Yeah, same thing with that one too. It's the same $20,000 square foot lot with the same neighborhood adjustment code.
Right, but the reasoning is it sold in June.
No, I know. But
Right.
the sales price.
Right. And their '24 assessment for land was $344,900. I mean, some people are already upside down on their mortgages because they paid $1.4 million and now their house is only valued at like $900,000.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that going to cause in 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, when Tyler Company comes in, I mean, they base it off all the sales prices during the entry evaluation year, which is what happens with all the neighborhood codes. It happens with all the appraised values, right? So that's how those numbers kind of. It's not like house to house, right?
Right.
So the whole neighborhood gets coded under that same code.
Right. Tyler Technologies.
Anyway. Anything else?
That one's 23. 127 Lakeview, this is an example of they're already upside down. They paid $1.9 million for it, and now their appraisal coming in at 1.7.
So the sale is higher.
Right. So you're having people that are already upside down. So it's going to create havoc because it's undue stimulus. All these houses are being purchased in a panic because they want to escape from somewhere else. And then a lot of the houses, when I pulled up my evaluation, they all have solar units on them, which I understand they're tax exempt, but they're not being part of the assessment, but somebody looking at it is going to pay a higher price because of the solar panels. 429 Lockwood has 30 units of solar, 77 Winnetka Road, 408 Winnipeg Drive.
Was this one of the addresses? You gave me the first one?
429 Lockwood Drive.
Yeah, so, I mean, that gets put on the field card for like building extra, but it's not like,
Right, they don't get taxed on it, it's not part of the assessment, but
Mhm.
somebody looking to buy may see that as an added value. So
Mhm.
that's not fair, even using that as a comp.
Okay,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I don't want solar on my house,
yeah,
but somebody else may want to put solar on my house and may be willing to pay more if I put solar on my house. So
Right.
that it's not comparable because those things are exempt and not being taxed.
Mhm.
And then another note, all of our properties here on Lakeview Drive, there's no room for an easement. So if we were all to sell a quarter acre, there's no way for anybody to get in. Because here's the road, Lakeview Court, this is somebody else's backyard, and Glen Ridge. So there is no possible way to build anything here. It's all locked in,
Right. Right. And your property is,
right here.
yep. They can't develop around you.
Nope.
Okay, anything else you want me to bring up?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. So what I'll do is, so what we end up doing,
Oh, did you need this? I pulled this from City Squared for my permit, showing that I don't have a CO yet.
I mean, did you?
I didn't
think
put it
saw
in there, I
that.
just pulled it up today.
Yeah, I can add that in.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll present your petition to the majority of the board members for deliberation and vote.
Mhm.
You'll be notified by mail of our decision when we make that decision within 7 days.
Okay.
If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If you are granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years.
Wait, run that by me again, so.
If your appeal is approved,
Mhm.
or requested, or
Mhm.
whatever you want to say, granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years.
Okay.
If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court, and instruction how to
I've
appeal in
been
court will
there
be
too, when
in your decision letter.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's ready. They tried to deny my, equipment exemptions.
But anyways, so we have appeal number 523. The time is now 6:42. The property that we are looking at is 57 Warner Hill Road. And can you state your name for the record?
My first name is Peter, last name Ugrin, Ugrin.
Great, thank you. And your name?
Oh, I'm here. It's not my house, but I'm with him here. Maria Tomasky, Tomasky.
Okay, so then I'll have to hear
I
from you
will be
then.
doing the talking.
Well, can I make her the spokesperson? She knows as much as I do.
Okay, okay.
You can put Peter and me.
And your name? For the record.
Mine?
Yeah.
Maria Tomasky,
Great.
Tomasky.
Okay, thank you so much. So the property we are looking at is 57 Warner Hill Road,
Mm-hmm.
and the town has your property appraised at $2,243,400. You're requesting that the town reduce the appraised value to $600,000.
Now I'm hoping that the assessment, because the appraised value would be 70%. No, appraisal is full value, I guess, and assessed value is the $1,570,000.
So what would you like the appraised value to be?
The appraised value, instead of 2,000,000 something, they offer 600,000, which I know is really, I would like it to be no more than maybe 1,500,000.
So you're asking the town to reduce the appraised value.
And then I'm asking also the assessment value.
It's 70% of the appraised. So what is the appraised value that you're asking?
This is. I was actually just going to ask for the assessed value, because by that the tax goes according to the assessed value.
Yeah, but what would you like the appraised value to be?
The appraised value at 2,000,000 to something, I would say lower it to about 1.9.
Of the appraised value?
Yes.
Okay.
And the assessed value, I would like it to, what is it now?
70% of, no, you can't, there's not made up two numbers. It's 70% of the 1.9.
Okay, so it goes, how much would that be?
So if you take so 70% of the 1.9.
My mind is good, but not that good.
So that would be 1,330,000.
Yeah. I would actually, where they have here assessed value of, I don't know what they have assessed value at now. Right now, the way it is today.
Like I said before, 1,570,380.
That's assessed.
Yeah.
Then I would like the tax and everything. Then I would like to take the assessed value down. It's important to me,
so you're
because
asking,
the tax is too high yet.
But I'm not a tax collector. I don't handle the taxes. I only handle assessed values, right, or appraised values, right? So what is the case that you're making for the house to be appraised at, in your opinion?
Well, appraised, I think I just said about 1.9 or
Okay.
1.8. And
1.9 or 1.8?
Pardon?
1.9 or 1.8?
1.8.
Okay.
So if they would accept that assessed, what would it would be in 1.8? How much would it be then assessed value on it?
So okay, 1,260,000.
Something I don't understand. I had mine assessed at 455. What was his assessed up to now, today?
We for the current assessed value. So why don't you stick to one number, assessed or appraised? We look at appraised values.
You look at the appraised value.
Yeah, because what you're contesting is, what you're sitting in front of me is asking for is, we have the house appraised at 2,243,000.
Mm-hmm.
You're here presenting a case asking to reduce that to a number that you believe should be the fair market value of the house.
Okay, then
what do you believe?
Then I would say about 900,000.
So you're saying the market value of 57 Warner Hill is 900,000, and you're asking the town to reduce the appraised value to 900,000.
That's very confusing.
Right. That's why I'm asking you, what are you?
Okay, let's put it market value at 900, assessed value no more than about 500.
You can't create the numbers. Assessed values is simply 70%.
No matter what you do, it's 70%.
Right.
Then I would like to leave it as is now, as you have now.
Yeah. So you're not making a case for this one then?
Sorry?
So then you don't want to make a case for this then?
No, because assessed right now, we are paying the tax. I'm looking at it, $12,000 a year.
Well, you don't have your tax bill until June or July. You won't get that yet.
Well, we have it last year yet. We had it for 5 years, and the value that they're paying is $12,000 a year in tax.
From your last reevaluation?
Yes.
But not for this reevaluation.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do you have your packet from 420 today? It was 250 Adley Road. I can take a look if you want, and you can continue.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you.
Yep.
So in that case, not much changes. I would like to have the same as we have it now. I don't think it went up. I think it went down.
It went up.
It went up by here.
No, your assessed value, thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Your assessed value last assessment was $420,000. It went up to $1,570,000.
Yeah, it's way too much. It went up triple.
So I'm confused. What would you like to do?
I am
You
too.
didn't get the tax bill yet.
No.
You won't get the tax bill yet. Because what we have to do as a board
Yes.
is we need to make all of the decisions of what we're approving or denying first before we have a final grand list total of all the appraised values in town. We take all of that value, we divide that by the town budget, that becomes your mill rate, that's when we send out the bill.
So I would put today, you said I can do either the appraised value I can contest or today or the assessed value.
You're contesting the appraised
Because
value.
70% of it is assessed value,
Right.
no matter what.
Right.
So I would put that I would like to have the appraised value at 1.5. How much would that be in assessed value?
70% of that.
Yeah, but you have to say.
But what I'm trying to get forward is, do you have a case made for that dollar amount?
Well, I have a case made that I had 3 people who want to buy my house, and Matuk, who's going to be here, she said she could talk about it because she has everything that is wrong in the house, and there's wrong, that's why she didn't buy it. She said, your house can go on the market right now only for $600,000, and that's what she wanted to pay. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, hold on. I just need from you
Market
appraised
value on
value.
my appraised value, I don't have yet. My appraiser is in Florida yet. She's not coming back till 3 weeks later. So I'm having problems.
So you're going to come again next year then?
No, I am going to do it today when she comes, and it's not what I want. I think I can do it again.
You can come back again next year for the board.
Mm-hmm. But not before?
No, this is the time.
Mm-hmm. Never been there. So I would like then assessed value, and then I guess you're going to put it higher up by more, because if the appraised value I give you would be 70% of the appraised value.
Yeah, the case that you're trying to make is market value of the house. What is the market value you're asking for to make a case for?
And two other ones, 600,000. I know it's worth more than that.
Okay, do you have data, comparable sales?
She had everything, and she said she erased it from her computer, and I didn't know about it that she has erased. She brought an architect, she brought everybody when she wanted to buy the house. She brought the septic system, she brought the architect, and they determined that the house should not be paid for more than 600,000 market value. Today, that's what they did.
And is that what you're asking the board to reduce it to?
Then do it that way, yes.
Well, no, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, so then you are asking the town to reduce the appraised value from $2,243,400 to $600,000.
Yes, because she said the house is in that condition. And by then, I guess she would bring, because the architect told her not to pay more. Oh, the septic system is gone, by the way. You have to put a whole new septic system. That's quite a few thousand. So just do it that way, yes. I'm going to go by her figure when she called me last night.
Okay. And for both of you, including Roman, so if you can raise your right hand.
My name is not Roman. My name is Peter.
No, he said including Roman. You don't listen.
For Peter. So if you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear that the information you two shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And for you as well. Mm-hmm. Yes, for you as well.
Oh, yes, okay.
All right, Peter, if I can have you sign here.
I had a literally shock When she said, I can buy it, if you accept 600,000, you have a deal. No, I couldn't.
I'll buy it for 600,000.
It's crazy.
No, I said I'll buy it for 600,000.
200, I told her. And I said, I really gave you very fair prices. But she said, my architect, everybody else, because she's coming here on the 16th on her evaluation. She said she had a hair standing up when they evaluated it. And then the next one would be in 5 years from now.
Yeah. So what is the case that you're making? That you have an offer for 600,000?
Yes.
From who?
From Irma.
Well, I don't want to say the specific
Matuk.
name. So you're saying it's a relative?
No.
Okay.
Nothing to me. It's just a person who lives on our hill and came in and wanted to buy our property. And her name is Irma Matuk. She said, you can tell them I'll be there. And she said the house is completely run down. And there's so much wrong with it that she cannot give me more than 600,000, including her realtor said that. Irma Matuk.
It doesn't need name.
No, you don't? Okay. The same thing as ours. Because we are right across the yard. Our yards are together. Here. So that's why my house, I said the same as here.
Okay, anything else you want me to add?
Yeah, they said that we have to put into our house at least $400,000 to $500,000, so it could be at 2.2. And if I ever build, I won't put those huge windows and sliding doors, the whole house windows.
It's expensive.
Very. As I said, my own house, they wanted $106,000 to change all the windows because you can put fingers into some. Hey, is even more. The whole house is almost windows.
I mean, the majority of the value comes in the actual land. I mean, you have 2 acres of property, and you're asking it to be at $600,000 when we're.
Oh my God, I didn't consider the. Okay, 2 acres. It's like one parcel. I wanted to subdivide. They said I can't subdivide because it's inner lot. So.
Is it Greenfield Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
So they said you have a what do you call it? Inner lot. On our area, it's 1A. That means we could if it wasn't inner.
Okay.
Because we have 1 acre parcels.
Yeah, and we have the value of the land valued at $1,457,100.
That property has a $1,400,000 value just for the land?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, when you're saying 600,000, the dwelling itself, we have it valued at 770,000.
Okay. The house is at
770,000. We have it appraised at.
Okay. And the property, CP, that's more worth it. Is $1 million.
This is all in your vision card.
I can't see without glasses, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So the current assessment, it's broken out into into here. So you have your land at $1,448,400. Any kind of excess residential, we have that $8,700. We have the actual house at $770,000, and then any kind of like outbuilding, residential outbuildings, we have it at like $16,300.
Okay, I just put it house and the property. So I thought when this is evaluation, I always thought that the house is more important than the property.
Fairfield, land is value.
So you mean we have a hell of a value in our hands? I didn't
know
that. Land, just the land.
That's why Fairfield's special.
You can knock the house down and sell it better with the land. I'm not joking. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Leave it as is. We can always correct it. But thank you for telling me that. Because I really did not think.
Land.
So our money, if we wanted to So why would she want to give only 600,000 for the bloody house?
That's what I'm saying. I told you I'll buy it.
She's giving, no, that's almost what you're telling me. It's like giveaway.
Yeah.
If the property is 770 and she's giving 600,
And that's not even including the land. And you're selling the land. You're not just selling the house. You're not going to wheel away the house on a truck, are you?
okay, I'm putting a big question mark. I'm going to do
You
some
can if you can fit it on your back.
Right. right.
So even if that house sold for what he's saying it was, the more value would be in the property that we're letting go. This is something I did not know, not even before that, what you're telling me now.
Mm-hmm. That's why when we look at like comparable sales, we're looking at comparable land too.
I will be more prepared for that. You see, I wasn't able, I had only 4 days to get ready for this because
I know, we
wasn't
get
available.
All right.
But I am going to, because what you told me now, if I have to, I'll probably be seeing the committee anyway later on. But right now, you telling me, so it's when she said I gave you top dollar for that house and the bloody 2 acres with it for 600,000, that's like an insult.
That's giving the land away. It's just giving the land away. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, you're
No.
giving the house too because the house is 770 and her top offer, she said, was 600,000.
For just the house. But it's not considering the actual land it sits on, which is Greenfield Hill.
No, I knew it's valuable where we live, but I did not know that the land
that
alone.
much. Yeah.
So land, I'm putting here, worth more than the house.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the majority of the cases in Fairfield and Southport.
Okay, I
Few
wasn't
times you see.
prepared. That's okay.
Yeah.
We were not prepared. I did not know that. I looked at the house, the size of the house,
And you can
all
make
the
that.
repairs that have to be put in.
Right.
Yes, if I sold it for 600,000, so I given you a gift.
Right.
No,
right.
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's leave it that way. Yes.
Yeah.
I have now separate because my house when I was here last week, my house was appraised only for 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Literally by this committee because I had the assessor coming to my house
Yeah.
and he said the acre and a quarter you have around your house, he said would bring. That's why my house or whatever the assessment is 455 because they almost didn't consider the house, they only consider the land.
Right.
You've made everything clear.
Yeah.
So if I have to come, I'll come in later again and we'll put, but now I understand.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that we look at is comparable sales in that time frame, right? So
We have none, I looked. Nothing sold around our house.
and it's hard to, it's not specifically in your area, but like you can make the case by saying, all right, well, this house sold during this time period. What are some of the big differences,
Yeah.
similarities, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an exact science, but give us like just comparable sales.
That's what my realtor, not my realtor,
That's what appraisers do.
Harriet Basker
Yeah.
did all of that for us 3 years ago out of that 5. But she's gone January, February, March, April. Every year she's going to be in Florida. Her husband is not doing well, so they're going to be in the warm area.
Yeah.
And she said, Maria, I'll be back the end of April, and in May we can get that all done.
Yeah.
Because that time I wasn't doing, it was just doing before that. So now I know that if I look, that the house is worth this much and the land is double that. So we found out that our land is much more valuable than we even thought.
Yeah.
Because mine is very nice, acre and a quarter, and the house 30,000 on it because it's falling down.
Yeah, because remember we were talking about that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have to go through the process.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
what'll happen is when we make the decision, it would be a denial letter, but like you'll get a denial letter 7 days of that decision, which allows you to come back again next year.
Okay.
Because if I approve it, you can't come back again for another 4 years.
Okay.
So that's why we have to do it now.
Okay, let's leave it. I understand now.
Yeah.
And I will tell Irma, listen, Irma, you want to offer me for the house less than the land value.
Right.
Because when we're selling it, we like to get as maximum as we can.
Oh, yeah.
For 600,000, I swear we should get it half a Fairfield wanted to buy.
Yeah, totally. Everyone would. Everyone. It's like, it's amazing.
I don't know that the land in Fairfield went up so high.
Sale prices.
Too bad I cannot subdivide mine.
Because well, right. I mean, because what happens a lot of times, you'll probably seen it happen in town. Like a contractor will come in, knock down the house, and build a duplex, or like right, because they're trying to.
Our father was a builder. He died. His father died many years, 2014. But I remember some of the houses that they were buying and building. They literally demolished the house. Even assessor from this town hall that came to look at my house.
Yeah.
He said, "You'd be better off knocking the 30,000 down and just offer the land for sale."
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, because sometimes if you don't have any structure standing on it, it's easier for the builder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That value of that.
I want so your value is a lot more in the land, almost all of it in the land, because the house is 770.
Yeah.
And she even offered less than that.
Yeah.
So even if the septic tank has to be redone,
Right.
the windows had to be changed.
Right.
A lot of work, because we let it go. His father died and it was his house. They inherited. My husband gone, and my land would be better off without the houses on it.
Yeah.
Because it's so
You're not feeling here.
Great.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
We are done.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course. Pleasure. Yep. Nice seeing you guys again.
A lot cleaner today than when I was here last time.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at the house. Maybe.
Of course. You two take care.
Yeah.
Thank
Take
you.
care of yourself.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
And stay warm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what's coming tonight.
I know.
Rain and snow.
I know. I heard.
Nice mixture. Thank you.
Of course. Take care.
This way, this way.
Oh, sorry. Yesterday. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Hi, how's it going?
Good, how about you?
Richard, right? Yeah.
I'm Rick Dyke.
Yeah, Rick. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah, thank you for your service.
No, thanks for coming down.
It's kind of a necessary thing we got to deal with.
I know, we're all volunteers too.
Yeah, I know. My mom, I was with them in Michigan, and she said, "Oh yeah, I did that one time."
Oh yeah?
A friend of mine wanted me to serve and heard the appeals. So it happens everywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely like a mandated thing that we have to do in town. It's just like, it's hard to get people interested. I mean, I've served before, so they asked me, and then I had to run and get elected and all the other stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you.
No, of course. I'm just plugging in some details here really quick.
Sure.
All right, so just for the recorded line, the time is now 7:07. We have appeal number 327. The property address is 270 Farmstead Hill Road. And can you state your name for the record?
Yeah, my name is Richard Dykow.
Great, thank you so much. And you own the house?
I'm the owner of the property at 270 Farmstead Hill Road.
Great, thank you so much. So this property, your town has your property appraised at $2,965,300, and you're requesting that the town reduce your appraised value to $2,850,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Great, thank you.
Based on an independent appraisal.
Okay, and if you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment and appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? I hope you got it.
Yes.
Great, thank you so much. If I can have you sign here. right, great. So what do you have going on? You said there's appeal, or appraisal?
Yeah, so in settling up my wife's estate and to establish the step up in the tax basis of the portion of my wife's ownership of our home, I obtained an independent appraisal. The independent appraisal concluded a market value of $2,850,000 as of the date of my wife's death. On January.
Sorry to hear, by the way.
Thank you. On January 19, 2025, and I've submitted the appraisal, to the board. It's part of the materials. The appraisal report was issued May 2025, and the effective valuation date, as I mentioned, was January 19. The appraisal is based on comparable home sales in Fairfield and reflects the fair market value of the property. The difference between the appraisal and the town value is approximately $115,000. I'm also submitting this evening, I pulled just off the internet comparable sales since January 19, 2025, and I believe these comparable sales also support the valuation conducted by the independent appraisal that I obtained in connection with my wife's estate.
Okay. So do you want to look at the comparable sales in the appraisal or the ones that you put together?
Well, the ones in the appraisal are ones vetted by the independent appraiser.
Yep.
And all I'm addressing is a difference in date between January 19, the effective date, and October 1. And so these additional comps, which are not fully laid out the way you've got it there, it's just what I have in this sheet is just sales since January in the same zip code.
Okay. So
it wasn't done by an appraisal, it was done by me.
Of course.
By an appraiser, it was done by me.
Yeah.
To just further bolster that. I think we're talking about a fair market value determined by an independent appraiser with a full walkout of the house, full measurement. You can see the pictures.
Yeah.
There's even one room he counted as square footage. I think your appraiser did as well. That is really probably not square footage. There's a picture in there of an attic that's quasi-finished, but it's really only good for storage.
Yeah, show like an unfinished attic.
There's an unfinished attic, and then there's what he calls an upstairs den in the appraisal.
Unless it's the third quarter story.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, living area 394,000, and then floor area 493.
And there was one time we had someone, when we had a big family reunion at our house, stay in that house. I don't think he's come back to another family reunion.
That bad, huh?
You can't let anybody stay there.
No, I get that. Okay. All right. So from the comparables, what's the one that is like most comparable to you think that we can look at?
I would say the ones in the appraiser, what the appraisal did, are the more appropriate ones.
Okay.
I'm just submitting that to show the market didn't really change between January 19th and October 1.
Right.
In a way that you would say we throw out this fair market value appraisal.
Right.
That's kind of my only point. I didn't go through and vet all of these. I just did a search on the internet.
Yeah.
And said, well, what sales have happened since? And within the ballpark of square footage costs and all of that, it doesn't change, in my view, the fair market value appraisal that I got to set the tax basis.
Yeah.
And on which I paid probate fees as well.
Yeah. So basically you use this for during the reevaluation period for all the comparable sale dates using square footage comparisons.
Right.
And
just to say, is it in the ballpark? And it, obviously there are differences, as there always
land,
is a range.
Neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just to kind of
that's my basis is
the appraisal, which is dated January 19th, not that far from. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else that can submit?
No, I think that's it at this level.
Yeah.
Because I submitted everything else, certainly with,
Yeah, no, for sure.
with the appeal.
Yeah, no, of course. So for next steps, I'll present your case to the majority of the board for deliberation, for consideration, and vote.
Okay.
So you'll hear back of our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. So if your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year.
Or I can go to court. I think I have 60 days to do
So
that.
if you're denied, you can come back again next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again for the next reevaluation in 4 years.
Okay.
If you don't agree with our decision, again, like you said, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court, and the instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your letter.
Okay.
All right?
Very good.
All right. So for the recorded lines, I have this going on now. So the time is now 7:24. The appeal number is 543. The property address is 51 Dwight Street. And can you state your name for the record?
Bo Campfield.
Great.
Laura Campfield.
Great, thank you so much. And you both are property owners of the house?
We are.
Great, thank you. The town has your property appraised at $1,172,434, and you're asking the town reduce the appraised value to $865,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. And if you both can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Help you God.
I do.
Thank you. If I can have you both sign these 2 lines.
Up here?
Yeah. Great, thank you. All right, great. So what do you have going on?
Okay, so the reason that we are appealing this go around is for simple reason that we feel the numbers the town came up with are inequitable.
Okay.
And not in line with actuals.
Okay.
I'd like to go over some reasons why we think that's the case.
Yeah.
First off, the new appraisal that's come out was an increase of a rather staggering 223% for our property.
Mm-hmm.
A big number, to say the least.
Yeah, it went from 368 to 820.
Yes.
Yeah.
So considering the town average was roughly around 63%, we feel that it's just simply not equitable.
Okay.
It's an enormous difference. Secondly, if we look at the proposed new lower mill rate of 19.81.
But we don't have the mill rate yet.
We don't have it yet, but I have to make estimations based off
Yeah,
this.
current mill rate, yeah.
I'm looking at that based off the numbers that we have now. Even with the lower mill rate, my property taxes are going to increase by roughly 50% based off of these numbers, which we feel is just an extraordinary and unequitable jump in property taxes for this short amount of time. A couple other things. based off of research done, and I have this here, I'm going to leave you with this piece of paper.
Yeah.
This is data taken from the Town of Fairfield website.
Yeah.
Property values over this time, from 2020 to 2025, have increased by approximately 63.88%.
Mm-hmm.
Our 223% is certainly not in line with the market. That's evident based off of the numbers, your own numbers. Secondly, when you look at fair market value, this translates to, which is $1,172,000 and change.
Yeah.
That equates to a square footage for our house, our small cape, which is 1,464 square feet, of $800 per square foot.
Well, so we have the actual house appraised at $130,500. It's the land we have it valued appraised at $1,041,934.
Okay. It's funny because when you're buying real estate, usually people talk about the square footage and they talk about the house.
I know.
And
Fairfield's
that's why
one of
the
those
price
special.
The house is so expensive because we're building these. We've been here since 1998.
Yeah.
We've seen what's happened over these 28 years.
Yeah. And that makes like so much easier of a case too. Like if you're talking about the actual houses, like you can talk about kitchens, you can talk about bathrooms, you can talk about remodels.
When somebody goes to purchase my house, they're going to look at that number and they're going to say, "Wow, that's $800 per square foot that you're asking." Would you say that's correct? If you're purchasing that house?
They're looking at the lot too. I mean, they're looking at 7,200 square feet of lot or 0.17 acres. I mean, I know what you're saying.
When you market,
Yeah.
And when you look at the averages, and this is based off Realtor.com, the real estate site, the beach average right now is $691 per square foot. And of course, the real estate market, Realtor.com, and the realtors talk about price per square foot based off of the assessed fair market value.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in the beach area, that's a rather big delta between what we have. And also in consideration is the comps that you use to come up with this is based off of a lot of new builds. Our house is 77 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1.5 floors. It's a basic old cape. 1.5 bathrooms. The half bathrooms upstairs, by the way. And it's just not an equitable comparison. We had an independent appraisal done, which I believe would do as well. He came back at roughly around $800,000.
Is that different than what you submitted?
Did we submit this the first go around for the?
I have a residential appraisal in here.
Okay. Yes, that's it.
We
have additional comps though that we'd like to submit as well.
Okay.
Because we know those ones were sort of on the west side of Reef Road, some of those that he used.
Yeah, Oldfield Road. Yeah.
So we've got some additionals that we'd like to put in that are all from 2025 that are right in our neighborhood.
Okay. Brilliant.
One's from 2024, late 2024, but I think the majority is 2025. So these are other assessments that we'd like you to take into consideration.
Yeah, sure thing.
From a sales perspective. One of them was a little bit more because it was a really, a lot of work done. A much bigger house. It's 2,100 square feet on my block.
Yeah.
But again, the square footage was a hell of a lot less. It was a brand new house. And ours is.
And they've done a lot of construction.
Yeah. So can we submit these as additional comps?
Yeah. So if you can speak to it. So out of like the comps that you kind of looked at, what is the most comparable to yours?
Which one of those?
Yeah.
Can I see it again?
Yeah. So I can just make the case.
I would probably say, this first one right up top.
48 to 8. And what are some of the similarities, differences?
Same age, same build, same styles, original kits from the 40s for all the soldiers coming back from war. Same size lot, basically. Very identical. The whole block looked like that when we moved in.
Right. Right.
So, but the most important thing is we just think that regardless, we understand there might be differences between the beach area and other parts of town, but we still feel a jump of 223% is just not an equitable, fair adjustment compared to the rest of the town. I feel like we're being punished in some way.
So when we look at appraised values, we're only really looking at sales prices, right? So that's what we create. That's how we create the neighborhood codes. That's how we create values within each house, right? And then we obviously add in the differences like each individual house, right? So that's why you have your dwelling, your building codes.
So you're not basing it off of just the property?
No.
But when you're talking about houses that are brand new on the same lot, they don't have the same physical depreciation, the same structural obsolescence that a home like mine would have. That hasn't been touched and it's 77 years old.
Right. So
We feel those comparisons aren't just.
it's not always an exact science, right? And that's why you're making your case.
And the guy across the street from me knocked down a house that's identical to ours. A developer built this new one.
Yeah.
It sold for $2.6 million.
Right
across the street from me.
Because the value of the land, right?
That's the value of the house. The land was sold for $900.
Yeah.
The house is now sold for $2.6, which is not anywhere, should not be part of my comparison to my house.
I mean, so it's just based on all sales prices, right? I mean, so we look at neighborhoods, we look at area, we look at the majority of your house specifically, the value of the appraised value is majority in the land. That's where you see the biggest difference. Your actual house itself, we have
but the market data is showing that the value of that land between 2020 and 2025 did not increase by 223%. And I can by 223%. That's where I'm seeing the differentiation.
I can definitely add that. I already put that into the notes of what to present to the board. When we're looking at market value, so doing comparable sales, right? So the first comparable sale you have here is 48 Dwight. Same age, same style, both capes, almost same lot, sold at 2.6, right? On 10-1.
And that's a 2.6 million. That's Peter and Kathy's house. That's the one that's much bigger. Look at the square footage.
You said 48 Dwight, right?
No, we said.
Yeah, 48 Dwight, but this is the one in 2024
Yeah,
where it only
sold for that. 902.
I see.
So they've redone it now since then and built a brand new house. That's what you're talking about. This is when it sold a year ago. That's the one we want to compare it to. The original, not the new one.
So, all right.
Somebody flipped it. They knocked it down, built a new big house, and then sold it.
So the sales date in 2024.
That's the one we want to compare it to.
That's when it's comparable to ours.
That's when it's comparable to ours.
I mean, and for some reason it also shows as an unqualified sale. So that could be a slew of different reasons. That could be it could be a trust, it could be passed down to another estate, it could be not an arm's length transaction. For some reason that shows as an unqualified sale. But I can definitely put that in the notes.
Yeah.
Or if you want to have one or more. And so this one just sold in May for $920.
All right, so then for the second comparable, we're going to look at 8 Millard. For some reason, that also shows as an unqualified. Oh, that was 2025. You're saying that sold.
May 2025.
Yeah. All right. So that was May 2025.
MLS.
I don't know why it's showing as an unqualified sale as well. Again, that could be so many different reasons.
Yeah. Developers bought it off market. Who knows?
Yeah. There's.
But that's not our problem. This is what it's sold for. So that's what we should compare it to.
No, the point I'm making with unqualified, I'm not saying that's and then there's so many reasons why a sale would be unqualified in the eyes of this, right? And it could be say for example, I'm passing this down to my brother and sister, right? Then just passing it down without value attached to it, that's an unqualified sale because there's no real value in that, right?
Selling for $1.
Right.
The parent died and the children got it as well.
Right. So that's one example of an unqualified sale. Now, contractors, that's a whole other different animal, right? So that could be not necessarily unqualified because there's still value and sales price to it, but I'm just saying the field card is showing that as unqualified. I'm just jotting that down. So that sold for $920.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the things that you were saying with this one that are similar, different?
Yeah, similar in square footage, similar size, right in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's actually stone's throw right over.
Yeah. Okay, so really close to your house.
Not as old as ours? Yeah, really close.
Similar size?
Similar size, yeah, actually, I think it's bigger.
No, this one's 1.6. Oh, yeah, yeah. bigger.
No, 1.6, we're
That's
1.4.
1.6, yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger than us.
Sorry, so I'm just... Okay. And then,
We have another one if you like.
yeah, sure.
What about the original one?
They have the original ones already. I think.
I have the original
You're
appraisal.
doing these, no, the original count.
Did these come with it? The comps with it? Come
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah, that's all it. Let me just double check that.
No, that's our, wait, that's our house.
This is yours, yeah.
That's our house.
Yours. Yeah,
Yeah,
comparable.
you got it.
127 Paul,
Yep.
273 Oldfield,
Yep, you got it.
170 Gold. Okay.
Yep.
All keep.
Yep.
This was, but that was part of the appraisal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're an independent.
Got it. Okay, so that wasn't something. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
so they
that's part of the
put in
appraisal, the
comp.
appraisal did it, the appraisal did it, and then we wanted to get some additional ones as well.
Yeah.
Because we had heard that some of those on the other side of Reef, we thought weren't really.
They're outside the box.
We thought they weren't in the same neighborhood, somebody else.
That's a good way to put it.
In the neighborhood, so they didn't think they were.
Yeah.
Like Beach Road is,
Yeah.
Beach Road.
So this one is another one on Millard, 137.
Yeah, and that's again super close to you.
And we have another one on Dwight, which was, oh, sorry.
Yeah, see what that one percent. Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, then
Maybe
again.
this is why the problem with us having such a 223% increase.
Because the thing is that most of the beach area, the capes are all gone.
You know,
Right.
live in
So,
town.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's
I
why-
know.
But that's why we can only give you a few capes, and if they're all unqualified, well then,
No, it's good. They're all right in their
Well,
neighborhood.
when I say unqualified, it's unqualified in this term,
Yeah.
like on the field card.
Still officially listed in the MLS as sold for that.
I still bring it up to the board. It's still not, like, it's still brought in for consideration, right? Like, I can't make the case for you two, but I can just present it as if.
Yeah.
And those are just some of the things I noticed.
and so this one sold for $828, you know,
Yeah.
but it's just a little smaller, which is why it was a little less.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
And then there was one more, you know, which is one, I think, the
Completely redone.
115, but it's a lot larger. So this one had been completely redone
Yeah.
on our block, and it was sold for the 1.2 million, but it was larger and redone.
And if you do that calculation, it comes out to about $500 per square foot, where mine is $800 based off of your numbers, based off of the new assessment. So per square foot, it's way off. And it's a brand new house. They gutted it, redid the whole thing, expanded it.
So this is one of the ones in the Grand West.
That was a qualified list, but it's also
Yeah.
obviously redone. It was also qualified back in 2015 for 765, but that was 2015.
That's when it was probably
A normal,
a normal case.
before it's been
Before it got
redone.
redone.
Because they added footage and
But it's
added stuff to the
$300
second
per
floor.
square foot less than what you're saying our fair market.
What do they add in the back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in the back, they want to,
On the bottom and top.
Yeah. Compare it. So it's the exact same land.
yeah, they're all pretty much equal.
Yeah, to your point, they're all the same at some point, right? And the house is just slightly bigger.
That's a lot.
Or yeah, well, yeah.
2,000.
And it's funny, we still only have that at
big thing with us is, as you can see, I mean, looking at how everyone else in town is being affected compared to us, we feel it's unjust that we have such an enormous difference. Going up, the taxes will be increasing by 50% roughly. And the funny thing is, the way I look at this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but ironically, by my property taxes going up by 50% in the market, that's going to make my house less attractive if I want to sell it. Nobody's going to want to pay $15,000 for this little teeny 1,400 square foot kit in property taxes. So it's actually going to reduce the value of my house because my property taxes are so high.
Yeah, I mean, that's
going to limit my total addressable market of people that are willing to buy it.
And there's a lot of different factors when you go into sales price, right? And that could be definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so what I've done is I just basically put together the comparable sales in the appraisal, put in the appraisals, put in some of the notes that you have here. So I have 48 Dwight, 8 Millard, and then the other two comparables that we have as well. And what the sales price is. So we have, the 137 Millard and the 115 Dwight. Looking at the percentage increase from like last assessment.
Compared to the market
yeah.
change over the past 5 years, it's nowhere near that.
Yeah, and then
it just has not, even right here, it has not increased that much. The property of land has not gone up 223% in the beach area.
Well, again, that's a different argument, right? Because we're looking at comparable sales and we assign a neighborhood code to each, right? So obviously Beach Road or Beach area would have a different neighborhood code than you.
Yeah, but sales did not go up 225 versus 223%.
It's all based off sales prices.
That's uncomparable houses to mine. You're saying mine is based off the property, you keep saying, not the house. Now you're comparing it to the property, not the land.
Yeah.
So that's where we feel it's not being equitable to us, and it should be reconsidered.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll present your petition to the majority of the board for consideration and vote. And
can I leave that with it? Just some notes that I put down?
Yeah, sure. So this is the calculations you're saying, yeah.
It's just not a fair assessment going up 50% in 5 years. Like, what we're going to have to pay. I feel like we're being pushed out. That's the biggest one.
Deerfield has become an interesting place in the past few years.
Comparable to be equitable that you're comparing them to.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. So for next steps, I'll present your case to the petition for the majority of our board members for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of our decision when we make that decision and when we all deliberate within 7 days of that. So if your appeal is rejected, you can come back again next year. If it is granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years.
How many people are on this board, by the way?
I mean, so we have more during the first go-around because we have 900 appeals. So we asked for help to help with the current board, but on the current board we serve 4.
Has anyone gone up more than 223%, or is that the biggest number you've seen?
No, there's a lot of different percentages, right? I mean, there's so many different cases, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
You went from 368 to 820.
Yes.
Just the assessed value.
Yes.
So how do you work it out if you have 3 or 4 people in the same neighborhood who are appealing, and people have given different reasons, within that same neighborhood?
Yeah, we know there's other people in Dwight Street appealing.
So do you end up either approving or denying this as a whole, or?
We all deliberate as a board.
But I mean,
you deliberate to them individually, but let's say you're going to come to me and deny me, but then my neighbor put in a better argument and you're going to approve her.
That could happen.
But aren't we the same? Like, wouldn't you, if you went and approved somebody, wouldn't you look at the neighborhood and then do the approval for the whole neighborhood?
So that was something you would. So did you go in for the informal hearing for Tyler?
We did. We did.
Right. So that's when some of the major changes would happen with neighborhoods.
Because we did have a big neighbor that got a big deduction from that, and we didn't get anything.
So you did go in for the informal, and they didn't adjust you.
No.
Yeah.
My neighbor got adjusted by 28,000.
So that's the informal hearing. That's I mean, that's what it is. But then you're able to present your case to the majority of the board, which is why we have this legislative process. That's why we're here.
Right. So it's still considered individually based on our argument. So if I put in a better argument than my neighbor, then you could approve us and deny her.
True. And if, again, so just kind of wrapping up for this part for the recording, if you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again to the next reevaluation year in 3 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court, and instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Good.
All right?
How long does this all take that we're going to hear?
You'll probably hear back by like May-ish, because what we end up doing is we do all the appeals for this month, maybe into next month. I doubt it though. And then we all deliberate as a board on all of the houses. So everyone on the board, or not, I shouldn't say everyone, we all vote on all of the houses for majority. Yeah. So we have appeal number 673. The start time is 7:53.
Okay.
And we have the property at 57 Pine Creek Avenue, and your name for the record?
This is Robert Trinka.
And you're the property owner of the house?
Oh, co-owned with my wife.
Got it. And the town has your property appraised at $1,232,334, and you're requesting the town reduce the appraised value to $800,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, great. If you can raise your right hand for me.
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear that the assessment now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you so much. If I can have you sign this top line here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You.
Anybody try to walk off with your pen?
Yes.
Don't even think about it. I got your number.
My favorite pen was stolen yesterday. I'm like, no.
Oh, shame.
It's so funny you say that. All right, what do we have going on here?
Well, we feel that we have the issue with the valuation of the land.
Yep.
We don't have an issue with the building.
Yeah.
First of all, the arm's length transaction on this property in 2020 was $535,000.
Yep.
At that time, I'm estimating that the value of the improvements, the building, was what they have listed as $103,400. That left a value for the land of $431,600. It's not on our data.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, wait. Yeah. Go ahead.
And so to say that the land now is worth $979,234, that's a 127% increase.
Yeah.
And these numbers should be from 2025. We're only in the first month of 2026. So 5 years, more than doubling, does not seem justified. Now, going to our neighbors at 69 Pine Creek, they have 9,027 square feet, or 64% more land, and the valuation is only 9% more.
Yeah, so I show their appraised value of 1.2 as well. 1,212,579.
Okay, but their land is 1,069,900.
979.
I see what you're saying. So 0.21, 0.13. I see what you're saying.
So the land itself, even though it's 64% more, it's only 9% more in value. That doesn't seem right. And the same issue is with 27 Pine Creek. 27 Pine Creek land, they have 7,607 square feet. That's 38% more than we have. And their valuation is only 5% more.
Yeah, so they have 0.17. They're at 1 million.
So we feel that the valuation that they put on our land is out of line, not appropriate, and should be reduced. And we pulled $800,000 out of the air. Because for roughly $250,000 for the building, left whatever that is, I guess.
Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just looking.
Yeah. So the two other properties I referenced was 27 Pine Creek and 69 Pine Creek.
Yeah. And okay.
Our next neighbor, 47 Pine Creek, we didn't see quite the disparity.
I'm surprised with the 67 and 69 Pine Creek.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You know, what we had submitted, a bit dashed, was still focusing on the land. We referenced 27. We referenced 47, which was said isn't that much. We referenced 69. We referenced 79. But that's not quite in the same thing. And we are owners of 79. Somebody will see me tomorrow on 79. That's a very small lot, very high per square footage. But these other two properties, 27 and 69, have much more square foot, and yet very, very little more in value of the land. Mm-hmm. And we don't believe that it's viable that our land is worth $1 million. Mm-hmm. You know, it was only worth 400 and change 5 years ago.
Yeah. Just curious, any like comparable sales? I hear what you're saying about the land. I definitely do. But any comparable sales to the house, just to add in?
Not really.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay. Tomorrow I'll reference 86 French Street, which was a small lot, but it's smaller than ours. And that I didn't bring it because I didn't think I was going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
That is maybe $2,250.
Yeah.
And that's land sold for about $450,000.
Yeah.
And that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But the problem with a less than spec legal lot, less than legal lot, is you need variances to build.
Yeah.
Variances aren't guaranteed.
Right.
We did propose on 79, which we own, and we received variances.
Yeah.
Which were reversed on appeal at Superior Court.
Okay.
We couldn't build.
Right.
So variances aren't guaranteed.
Right.
And that's why if anybody bought it, they would roll the dice to see whether they can build something. Right. So we don't think $1 million is worth our land.
Right. Yeah. Anything else you want to submit to the board?
No.
Okay. I took some good notes, and I also have all the documents here as well. So I'll submit for deliberation, for consideration and vote to the board, and you'll hear with our decision within 7 days of when we make that decision. And if you'll be notified by mail. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next reevaluation in 4 years. If your appeal is denied, you can come back again next year. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next steps and appeal your decision in court, and the instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Okay. So, if appeal is granted,
you cannot appeal again
for 4 years. If it's not granted, you can appeal
again.
Again, you said next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And any idea when the board will meet?
So we have to finish all of our hearings this month, and then we'll go for deliberation meetings. So whenever the deliberation for your property
sometime in April?
Yeah, so I would estimate you would get it before May.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Well, I'm glad that I'm your last one.